Good morning to all my canning peeps out there and all my gardening peeps. So I was gone for a week on vacation. I came home to a ton of tomatoes, a ton of cucumbers, a ton of zucchini, so I need to do something with them. So I am going to make my pizza sauce. I make a ton of pizza, literally at least one pizza a week, and I make it usually on the Traeger and smoke it. So tasty. But step number one to pizza sauce: take your tomatoes, core them, X them. I'm gonna drop them in hot water and then plunge them into some ice water, and then I'm gonna peel them. So my tomatoes are peeled, cored, and ready to go. To them, I'm gonna add a whole bunch of things from my garden. So one thing about this pizza sauce, it's basically all fresh. Anytime you make a pizza for your family, you go down and you grab a jar out of the pantry that's been canned from your garden, you're like, yeah, I'm a queen. It's great. So in here, I'm going to add some celery and just put it in a food processor. Super simple. You don't want it too chopped, just maybe. That's easy. So in here, I have about a half a cup of celery. And by the way, you'll notice, if you have my cookbook, you'll notice sometimes my recipes are a little different on this video than they are in the book. And that is because I found that it's better. Or maybe I don't need to be so specific. The more you cook, the less specific you become. So in here, I have about a half a cup of celery. I have about 2 cups of onions. I have probably more like a fourth a cup of red pepper. I also dropped a couple habaneros in here. I have 2 tablespoons of basil, and I'm gonna put it all in the pot. So all of my fresh veggies have been chopped and are in the pot ready to go. I also added to the pot a fourth a cup of lemon juice, a fourth a cup of red wine. I added 5 garlic cloves that I smashed and diced. I also added 2 teaspoons of salt, a good teaspoon of black pepper, and 2 bay leaves. So I'm gonna put this on the stove to boil, and then I'm gonna simmer it for 6 hours. I know it seems tedious, it seems like a lot, but that's what I do. You probably don't need to do it that long, but that's what I do. So I will see you back here in 6 hours. Have a good day. Okay, you guys, it's been 6 hours and it smells amazing in here. And look at this pizza sauce. It is so good looking. So I did take my hand mixer and just maybe for a minute pulsed it a couple of times just to get some of the bigger chunks out, but I do still like it a little chunky in my pizza. So I like this. This is the consistency that I'm going for. If you're using runnier tomatoes, you may have to add a can of tomato paste. That does help, and it doesn't affect the canning process. I've had to do it both ways. So I am going to put these in jars and get them processed in a hot water bath. I'm sorry I won't be able to do that in one video, but I will do a separate video. So if you look for the dates, you should be able to find it. Okay, happy canning.